Well, that's an encouraging graphic for us to cling on to ahead of tonight's game. James Green going to be with us throughout the show today. There's no margin for error for England, though. Now, we saw some underwhelming performances in the group stage. Won the group, only conceded one goal, didn't lose a game. But now it gets real. Yeah,
it does get real. And look, Gareth Southgate's record is impeccable in the last 16 of tournaments, played 3, won 3. He's got a way and a knack of getting through in these stages, in these key moments. And we've seen England progress in tournaments as things have gone on. If we go back to Euro 2020, they had quite an underwhelming group, actually. Only scored 2 goals, then had that disappointing 0-0 draw against Scotland that everybody remembers, in England for the wrong reasons, Scotland for the right reasons. But then England really progressed after that, had that victory against Germany that really propelled their Euro 2020 campaign. For Gareth Southgate and England right now, though, it's about knockout football. And this is what he's been very, very good at as England manager. So, look, a lot of optimism still for England fans.
Yeah, Kobbie Mainoo's in line for his first competitive start, we understand. How do you think that alters England's approach to the game?
Yeah, well, it will differ how they're playing. I think that midfield experiment's been the key talking point throughout the tournament. The Trent Alexander-Arnold experiment didn't work. Gareth Southgate openly admitted that. Conor Gallagher's been brought in a couple of times, started the last game. Again, it just didn't feel like that worked how England wanted. But for someone like Kobbie Mainoo, he gets on the ball, he gets into positions that not only helps his teammates around the pitch, but also his teammate alongside him, Declan Rice. I think we see the best of Declan Rice when he's got a ball-playing midfielder alongside him, someone to take the pressure off. If you look back at that game against Slovenia, Declan Rice, particularly first half, was moving right, left, trying desperately to get on the ball. It felt like he was on his own in the midfield and nobody else to try and take that pressure away from him. Kobbie Mainoo will offer that, and he's very progressive with his passing. He's very good on the ball. He's very comfortable on the ball. And for someone so young at 19, very impressive.
Such wonderful close control. Always helps to find space for his teammates as well, Mainoo. You mentioned his age. He's 19. This is a very, very young man. He's only played, I think, 40 times for Manchester United and England combined. Only came to the fore in November last year. Any risk of nerves for such a young man?
Not at all. Not at all. And it's strange to say that about someone who's just 19 years old. But Kobbie Mainoo has just been a revelation since coming into the Premier League team at Manchester United. Just remember, this has been his breakthrough season. I think he made 1 Premier League appearance before this season. He's a man for the big occasions. We saw him score in the FA Cup final. He's not afraid of these occasions whatsoever. So, look, I don't think confidence will be an issue. I don't think nerves will be an issue. We saw when he came on against Slovenia, he just felt like he had been there and been playing for years and years. And under a manager like Gareth Southgate, one thing he's always done is trusted youth. Trusted young players into the team. We've seen the development of Bukayo Saka into the team in particular. He likes young players. He likes to give them the opportunities, and he's not afraid to put them in when it matters. And I expect him to put a 19-year-old in midfield today.
Yeah, well, we've seen him do it with Jude Bellingham at previous tournaments, Bukayo Saka, as you say, and now we think Kobbie Mainoo in that midfield. I tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to have a quick look at a comparison between how Mainoo and Gallagher were in the midfield in that recent Slovenia game. Here it is, right behind us. Talk us through this, James.
Yeah, look, it says a lot. And if fans are watching the game, we could watch Conor Gallagher. He's got his way of playing, but his often position was on this right-hand side, and he often kind of started there and stayed around that area. He didn't move too much. He didn't drift away. As you can see, he's really propelled onto that right-hand side, which leaves a huge area there that needs covering. Compare that to what Kobbie Mainoo did in his passing against Slovenia. He was everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere, as a central midfielder should be. You can see the difference. To be honest, Chris, it's chalk and cheese, really, isn't it?
And again, touches as well.
The touch map, it says, again, I know it's very similar because the passes have got to be in that position to make the passes, but the touch map says it all again. It's the flexibility and the ability to, yes, he's going to be mainly on the right-hand side because Declan Rice likes to move a little bit left, but he still drops in. He drops deep to collect the ball as well. Again, that's something that maybe was missing a little bit from Conor Gallagher. So there is a huge difference in what he does. He's a very different player to Conor Gallagher, and expect England to play it a very different way with him in midfield.
Yeah, I noticed with the first graphic as well, with the direction of the passes, a lot more of the passes from Mainoo were going towards the opponent's goal. So he's a more progressive player in that nature as well. James, for now, we're going to unpack England and Slovakia throughout the morning, but for now, great stuff.